luck and just how razor thin the margins are and the difference between teams.
Razor thin, well put for my next question. And you talk about getting the puck to the net. When you got cut here on the right eye, like it was almost like the puck was covered, but yet still you just wanted that last little poke in. You just wanted, just in case it was loose, you wanted to put it in the net. Like it was crazy how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was that desperation there. Is that why? Like you were on your hand, not you were on your knees trying to plug it through the puck.
Yeah.
Just last second, and then the goalie skate came up. Like, was that desperation you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I thought I should have scored on the shot that started the whole thing.
Did you shoot it?
I originally shot it, and then there was about a 10 or 15 second scuffle.
Yes.
It was a beautiful pass from Lowry to me, and I couldn't get it off as a one-timer. And
Friend of the show. Hey, Adam.
Yeah, there you go. He made a great pass to me, and I probably should have buried it. And then there was a scuffle around the net, and obviously it's playoffs. You just want to find a puck and find a way to get it in the net. And I mean, the rest of it's kind of unfortunate the way everything happened. But well, I say unfortunate. I think the end result is probably the fortunate part for me, right? Like obviously I get cut, and sitting here today, everything's fine. So consider myself very lucky in that part of it. But it was definitely a chaotic sequence, and then even a couple days after that was pretty chaotic. You
seem pretty, I don't want to say calm, but you left the ice in a demeanor that didn't look like you just got 57 or whatever stitches it was. Did you know what happened right away? Did you know the extent of it, I guess is what I'm asking?
No, I had no idea.
Okay.
Like
you didn't even go to the dressing room. You just kind of hug in the tunnel.
Yeah, I figured he could just put a Band-Aid on it or something, right? Like I had no idea that I was cut as bad as I was. And you're pumping on adrenaline, and I was lucky it was also at the start of the game because the goalie skate wasn't knocking on the post for too long, right? Like that's something that they said to me after. But if a goalie was pushing against the post and banging against the post, and his skate blade gets a little jagged, and so it was a fairly clean cut. And once the trainer saw me, he's like, "No, we can't put a Band-Aid over this, Morgan. Like we're going into the room." And they were going to send me to the hospital because they didn't want to stitch it up, and they actually had. I was lucky it was in Vegas. Again, lucky. I feel like I've used that word like 4 or 5 times, but they had plastic surgeons at the game, and that's not normal, I guess, in a lot of the NHL rinks. I don't even know if they were on call or if they were just there enjoying the game, but 2 of them came down and stitched me up, and they did a great job with it, and they also did it very quickly, which I appreciated. So I was lucky. My poor girlfriend and my parents were freaking out that I was going to have this terrible stitch job done because it's a big scar. It's complicated to stitch, and the boys hooked me up down there. So it was a lucky break.
Was there any fight of them not letting you go back on, or did they say, yeah, as long as you wear a full cage, you're good to go?
They were fine with it. Like obviously it was kind of like, it wasn't right away before the stitching started. Like, yeah, we'll get you stitched up. We'll get you back out there. It was like, all right, we'll see how it feels. We'll see how the stitch job looks. We'll make sure it's not leaking. Cause even if it feels fine, if I'm leaking, you can't go back out there. So they kind of waited for the job to be done. And once everything looked good, and I mean, nothing, they obviously checked to make sure all my nerves and stuff were fine. And I mean, once we kind of clicked all the boxes and the cage was on, and then it was just kind of get back out there and go try to play. So it was a little weird going back into the cage, but like I said, it was my first playoff game ever, so I was obviously pretty excited, and I didn't want to sit in the room and miss it. But
I was going to say, was there even a question in your head, like, I'm done for the day?
No, I mean, I don't even think I looked at it in the mirror till after the game and kind of realized what it actually looked like. And at that point, there was no really swelling in it yet, so I had a full field of vision, and they put the freezing in it or whatever they do, so you don't really feel it too much.
Yeah, I saw the defenseman or forward from Vegas kind of like hug you, and he was like talking to you. What did he say? I forget who it was, but
it was that Chandler Stevenson.
Yeah. What did he say to you?
I don't really remember. Like, I think he was just picking me up and being like, "Oh shit, like, are you okay?" But yeah, I mean, he was kind of right there to see it, and it was good that sometimes in the heat of battle, things can be pretty intense and you don't realize what's happening, but he was good to recognize it and kind of at least give me a little bit of a helping hand to get out of there safely. So
how did you deal with all like the media attention afterwards? Did you just kind of laugh it off, or did you just kind of go as business as usual? Because you were getting, the American media was all over you.
Yeah, it was a little funny. Like it was more attention than I had ever gotten throughout the year. And I mean, I said to you earlier, like, it's not necessarily the thing I wanted to be, to go viral for whatever it was a few days, but They were all good about it. I mean, it was 5 minutes of media here or there, and I think eventually they figured out I wasn't, especially in the middle of the series. Like I didn't want to sit there and talk about taking a skate to the face for 7 days straight or whatever it was. So they were good about it, and yeah, it was good.
The girlfriend stayed with you. You guys are still together.
Yeah,
she didn't leave you.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I got a good one.
There you go.
Yet, but she is all over me to get the scar cream and everything.
Oh yeah, I bet she's like, come on, yeah, more.
Yeah, but she's been good, and yeah, it was nice. I had to text her and my parents before I went in to actually get the stitches because I knew they'd be sitting at home watching the game, freaking out. So they got the warning that it was like
the things you don't even think of.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of it unless one of the trainers said it to me before. He's like,
text
"Do you want to text someone and make sure that they know you're okay?"
So you texted them before you went back on the ice?
I texted them before they even started stitching. It was just like,
no way.
Hey, I'm 100% okay. I'm just getting stitched up. I'm going to go back. And,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's actually good awareness from like the doctor to say that.
100%.
Because
I wouldn't have thought of it.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
What did Justin say? Did he chirp you?
I just saw him because he was over at World, so I just saw him for the first time there 2 days ago, and he was on the other side of it that you were. He's like, is it going to get any better? Is it going to look like that the rest of your life? I was like, I don't know, man. Like, doing my best with it. So, no, he was good. He obviously texted me and said he's glad I was okay, and then wanted a picture of it and all that stuff. So